up, everyone? It's the Oddity Report. This is Dua and Dnota. Dnota, say what's up.
What's up, y'all?
How's your week, Dnota?
Oh, my week was pretty good. A little discouraging, some of the things that I saw, but I mean, other than that, the week went pretty well.
What are the discouraging things that you saw? Pray tell.
I mean, the other day, and let me start from the beginning. So there's this woman that I've been seeing, like she appears to be like, living on the streets right now. I've been seeing her for the last 7 months, and when I saw her, I mean, she typically has this wretched, putrefied odor.
Oh.
And she asked me if I would give her, some change.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, I'm always eager to give. Nothing I enjoy, more than giving my money to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she asked me for some, if I had any change that I can spare, the only issue I was wrestling with is that, this is my McDonald's money.
Oh.
And I felt conflicted over giving her my McDonald's money because I mean, who doesn't enjoy a Big Mac?
Everyone enjoys a Big Mac.
So and when she's asking me for it, and I'm thinking on one hand, I have to find a way to not give her my McDonald's money, but I also want to help her. I want to help her. I want to be able to offer her a sustainable solution to her problem.
Well, there's plenty of ways you can help, like cooling centers since it's so hot up here, meal programs, local shelters.
Yeah, but you know what? Like New York City is wrestling with a migrant problem right now. Like we don't have the capacity to be able to help these people. And, this situation to me is personal because I'm not going to just walk by someone who is in distress and not offer up a remedy, not offer up a way that I can help change the reality of their suffering. And so to my way of thinking, I'm like, I have to do more. What can I do? What can I do, me, Dnota, do to help make her life better?
Okay, what are you thinking then?
I mean, I'm thinking number one, she needs to be somewhere where she can get rest.
Okay.
Somewhere where she could get a shower. Somewhere where she has access to food.
Okay.
Someplace where she'll have access to medical services, where she'll be able to schedule an appointment and be able to say, hey, I live here.
Okay.
Right. And so I'm thinking like, number one, you and I, we're friends.
Yes.
And we both share in the same philosophy as terms of like helping people.
Sure.
Making people's lives better. And so one of the things that I begin to think about how I can help her is number one, you have a beautiful place.
Oh.
It's a beautiful place.
Okay.
And, I'm thinking like some of your space is unoccupied right now. And I can't imagine that you plan to do anything in the immediate future with that space. So I suggested to her, and you're going to agree, this is a genius idea. I'm thinking she can stay with you for a couple of months while she gets her life in order. That way she could get back on her feet. That will make me feel better knowing that I helped her by putting her somewhere, number one, that's safe, somewhere that she doesn't have to worry about, having access to food, someplace she doesn't have to worry about someone interrupting her while she's trying to sleep. And she's a really nice woman. She appeared to be about 32 years old. She has this beautiful, beautiful golden retriever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, this is a great opportunity for Dua to do something that actually makes a difference in someone's life.
Dnota, I don't know. My place isn't a hotel. This is my personal space, and you're designating an area that I potentially have plans for.
You don't. You don't.
Dnota, I mean, is she emotionally stable?
Yes, she's emotionally stable. I haven't heard anything about her harming anyone in the community or harming herself. And perhaps she needs medication. But that's something that once she gets into a stable environment, which is your place, that she'll be able to get the help that she needs and make that transition into becoming a productive, contributing member of society. Only thing she needs is a chance. And she's not looking for a handout. She's looking for a hand up. And what better person that could provide that opportunity than you?
Dnota, you're talking about rehabilitation. I don't have those skills. I mean, this is a lot.
You're talking about a woman who is employed. She's employed.
Is she?
Yes.
Well,
She works for the Pepsi and Coca-Cola bottling, distributing, and recycling program.
what does that mean?
Well, you know how you see people walking around New York City with these oversized bags of bottles? She works
Uh,
with them.
the ones that are collecting dimes and nickels to recycle
Yes.
them?
Yes, he works with them. She's part of their recycling program. And so here you have someone who's economically viable. And this is the problem that we have in New York City, where we're beginning to judge people based upon their status and what they do for employment. Here is a lady who is making, doing her part to try to make life better for herself. And everyone is just turning a blind eye. And I have to applaud myself because I wasn't willing to turn a blind eye to it. I stopped. I listened to her problem and I solved her problem. And the only way that's standing in the way to her being able to get on her feet is your willingness to set your pride aside, your dignity aside, and everything that you got going on in your life right now that's going right, to say, you know what? So what? My life is good right now, and it's going to be a little bit of an inconvenience, but in the long run, I'm going to affect meaningful change in someone's life. Do you have a problem with that, Dua?
Dnota, of course I don't. But, I'm a woman and I need to think about my safety. And I've seen your couch. It's quite comfortable. I mean, why don't you, offer up your couch?
This is insane because the idea that you're willing to put me in danger by having this strange woman living in my house, jeopardizing my safety, my well being, this is insane. And I'm pretty surprised at you because normally you are ration, your reason, and today you seem to be everything. Actually, you appear to be the opposite.
Dnota, I cannot believe you're saying all this. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm considering what you're saying, but I have some trepidations. Isn't that
Trepidation
normal for someone to feel this way?
is,
I mean, would she be able to pay bills? How much is she making with this recycling program?
see, you're no different than these giant corporations who want to go and penny pinch the poor people. This lady is trying to get her life together. You're in a position to do it. And instead of you taking ownership, saying, you know what, I'm going to help her, not because I want to, but because I can. But instead, you're trying to pass the buck. You're trying to say, hey, Dnota, this is your problem. You found her. You help her. And that's insane because you're in a perfect position to be able to do this. Right now, I don't need anything that's going to interfere and mess up my life.
Dnota, I feel attacked. I kind of feel like you're being selfish. You're talking about you, but you're pushing this woman on me. Do you even know her name?
Her name is Cynthia, by the way. And I think that she should be referred to in those terms because she is a human being. Right now, she's just in a bad place. But I think with my suggestion and your place to live, that we'll be able to make a meaningful contribution to her and help change her life and make it better. And I don't see why you can't do that because this is a reoccurring theme with you that every time I come up with these great, fantastic ideas, you just dismiss of them because you're always thinking about yourself.
Dnota, that's not true. Look, I'm not trying to dehumanize Cynthia at all. I'm just trying to understand more about the situation. And would you even help? Would you check in and make sure that she's okay and that I'm okay? Because I don't know her.
Listen, technology is fantastic. She qualifies perhaps for an Obama phone. You can help her fill out the application. You can help her fill out the application to get social entitlements, whether that's HRA or Social Security. These are things that you can do to help make her life better. And I can sit back and see these things unfold and be proud that I set these things in motion.
Dnota, this is very stressful. You're stressing me out. I just don't know. Am I supposed to say yes right now? I don't know what to do here.
Listen, if you really think about like what is going on in Cynthia's circumstance and how it carries over into the broader context of where in this city where there's just so much limited resources. And I have to applaud, number one, I have to applaud myself because here I am, I'm seeing someone in distress and I'm thinking about ways in which I can help serve them and make their lives better. And it's good to know that there are other people out here who's thinking along the same lines that I'm thinking. Are you familiar with Jay Morris, Dua?
No, I'm not. Please tell me more.
So Jay Morris is a big time real estate mogul. Jay Morris, I would say, is like my idol. I look up to him This guy has shown me the way forward, how I could affect meaningful change. You know, you ever heard of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund?
No, tell me more.
So the Tulsa Real Estate Fund is the brainchild of Jay Morris. Jay
Okay.
Morris basically he came up with the name Tulsa Real Estate Fund, and it stems from. So you ever heard of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yes, the
Okay,
state.
and there were white
The city.
nationalists who destroyed that whole town that was filled with black people,
Tragic, yes.
and it was successful black folks.
Mhm.
And so Jay Morrison, in sort of commemoration of them, named his fund after that black group of people who
Okay.
were immensely successful.
Okay.
And so Jay Morrison put together a fund. He raised over $11.7 million
Wow.
with various investors from all walks of life. People invested 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, and he also made it accessible for people to invest as low as $500
Okay.
into his fund. And everybody got every single dime back. And not only did they get the initial investment back, but they also received interest and profit on top of it. There's not one bad thing online about Jay Morrison.
Okay. Well, Dnota, I don't know. You don't quite have the best track record.
But
Remember
listen,
that? Okay.
before you go and judge, you have to keep in mind we're talking about someone who has a proven track record. And so I'm thinking in my mind, how can we, if we get together, me and Jay Morrison, we get together and we're able to combine our resources. I think I could come up with a proposition where it includes around $7,000. And he and I could do a 50-50 split, 50-50 profit, meaning all of the profit that is gained from our joint venture with the initiative being, the purpose being to be able to provide housing to low income people,
Okay.
people with no money coming in, with good credit, poor credit, no credit.
Okay.
Right.
People like
And
Cynthia.
Exactly. Exactly. Where we basically combine our funds and I give them $7,000. Based upon that investment, I could expect $7 million back.
Oh.
But that's a 50-50 split between he and I. And the only thing I would need in order to fulfill this this goal of mine, it's $7,000 from you.
Me.
Listen, this is an opportunity for us to be able to do some meaningful change. $7,000 is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money.
Okay. Not a lot of money for who? You?
Well, you're economically responsible. I see how responsible you are in terms of how you manage your finances. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is an opportunity for me to make money, but while doing something good. I need an angel investor to be able to come in and say, here is $7,000. I trust you. Take it, make it grow, pay me back, maybe, but more importantly, do good for the community.
Dnota, I don't know. Listeners, I'm sure you remember the whole episode with the Nigerian heiress and how Dnota contributed $900 and he wanted me to contribute $1,500. This is sounding a little reminiscent. What do you all think?
Yeah, but this is different, Dua, because I get it. Last time, perhaps the deal didn't work out so well, but this is different because we're talking about, look, we're not talking about Al Sharpton. We're not talking about Jesse Jackson. We are talking about Jay Morrison, proven track record. Look, I challenge anyone out there to be able to go online and find one negative thing about Jay Morrison. You're going to be hard pressed to find it because it ain't there.
Okay, I mean, it's great that you believe in this Jay Morrison. I've never heard of him. Listeners, like Dnota said, have you heard of him? Would you go into partnership with Jay Morrison? I'm skeptical. And, like I mentioned, Dnota doesn't have the best track record when it comes to these investments and investing money and getting money back. I don't know. What do you all think?
Look, I just want to say this before we end. I keep presenting these great opportunities to you. I mean, these opportunities are opportunities I cannot lose. We're talking about Jay Morrison here. And so the idea that I feel offended that you would even
Offended?
question someone of that stature because Jay Morrison is perhaps one of the best. And if we want to be able to impact the lives of people who are homeless, who are without, we need to align ourselves and formulate a coalition. And there's no better person that I'll be more proud to stand beside as the money comes rolling in than Jay Morrison. And so this is just an opportunity for you to align yourself early on. Don't be a late comer and thinking you're going to be able to benefit, because that ain't going to happen, love.
Well, Dnota, I just need to think on it. I don't know Jay Morrison. I understand
Trust
you're
me,
passionate
you're
about
not
him.
going to find. Look, right now, I'm willing to make a guarantee and bet everything that doesn't belong to me that Jay Morrison is perhaps the number one real estate investor mogul who has ever walked this planet. I put my mouth where my money is.
But Dnota, you just said you're willing to bet everything that doesn't belong to you. How do you lose?
You getting caught up in the weeds, love.
Oh my goodness. I'm just listening to what you're saying is all.
Listen, I want everybody to go out there, Google Jay Morrison. And if you found one thing negative about Jay Morrison, write it in the comments, because you're not going to find it. It does not exist.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it there, because at this point,
okay.
I'm not happy about the way you are responding to me, how you are just having this negative energy, how you're just rejecting everything that I'm saying. And I don't feel like you're really like considering like the benefits of being able to help people, because you're making it about you. And I don't want it to make it about you. I want to make it about me and me being successful and using your money to do it.
Okay, I'm just giving you the other side of the coin. So what do you want me to do?
Just think about it.
All right.
This is the Oddity Report. Dnota,
Dua.
yeah. We here. We see y'all again next week. Listen, we got to follow up with this, but Dua, you got to get your together.
Wow, Dnota, I think you need to get your ears together.